pick it for him.
Yeah, very interesting that they are going to go back to this, Kenan, but I will say, still they have that front line. They have so much protection for Doublelift, so it doesn't have to be as much pressure on Impact in those team fights. It can be him actually zoning people out, creating space with the ultimate for Doublelift to get those auto attacks off.
And this game is going to be so much about the duration of all these timing windows. Akali Shroud, Lissandra Ultimate, both also buy time in a similar way to the Zillion Ultimate, to the Kennen zoning that also come through.
Well, Kennen can at least hit through Shroud, but this is going to be a very tight one here. Liquid have won one. They've got to win 2 more straight to get that trophy, to get 3 titles in a row, something that only TSM has accomplished here in North America. Half of these championships have all gone to TSM already. We'll see if Bjergsen will get number 6. If his teammates can get their first in North America, he's the only one to take that title so far. LCS Spring Finals 2019 continue as the players load in. Game number 4 will determine if TSM takes it home right now or if Liquid bring us to Game 5. Last remarks from the coaches. Summoner's Rift loading up. The fans are ready, so are we, and you'd be damn sure the players are too. Who's gonna bring Game 4 home? TSM or Team Liquid?
Best in the LCS. Never more hotly contested than this split.
So much on the line, it feels like, for players across both of these squads, trying to prove themselves as new rising players, trying to prove themselves as the long-standing veterans in these leagues, and it's going to mean so much to both teams to win.
No, they didn't let Bjergsen get Lissandra until now. They thought more was important in this draft. We know he can be deadly on this champion. So many play styles available to him. This one going to be an initiator, going to be a roamer, going to be the setup for the rest of his squad.
And during Spring Split, oftentimes when we saw the Lissandra for TSM, he was invading with Acadian. They get the Braum slow onto Impact to burn the flash early.
You can see the Zillion record there for Jensen, 9-1. His one loss to who else? Bjergsen.
Yep.
A lot of that coming on Cloud9 with the classic combination with their Kindred. Much less offensive-oriented jungler this time around. Zillion and Skarner, not the feared duo.
Definitely not, but you're going to have to be terrified of that Rek'Sai if you are Impact. You are now flashless. Potential to roam up there from Bjergsen. Acadian, certainly a very strong early game jungler here on the Rek'Sai, and they're going to have to be extremely careful about getting behind in that matchup against Akali, who is one of the best snowballing champions in the game, I think.
With Sven having to leash, it does make the bot lane push go easily Team Liquid's way. They have control over how they want this one to play out. If Smithy going to get bottom scuttle, looks like without much issue, as the Rek'Sai went all the way down for the Krugs. A very power clear start for Acadian.
This Doublelift Core JJ, Varus, Tom, Kench duo last time, so successful. Doublelift feeling much more confident now. Throws in a little taunt, but Sven switches it up, goes for the Ezreal pick.
Yeah, and I think the Ezreal's going to be way harder to punish than the Kalista. Certainly one of the reasons you saw Sven fall so far behind is because of that short range, but they're looking for Jensen now.
Oh, and Jensen had to burn the flash, afraid of what a double combo would do. He's got TP, not cleanser barrier, so that could have been a kill straight up. Only level 2, and we know Rek'Sai is top side.
He can just come again. They still have both their flashes.
Next time E is up.
Yeah, Bjergsen just has to wait for the claw. As soon as it's up, he can flash in to start it off.
You can see that timer 3.
Jensen knows, look at his positioning so far back. The claw is a very slow moving.
Yeah. Takes the pull, but Jensen far enough back. Another jungler's fighting over control of this one. Level 3 on both sides, and it is Acadian pushed away as Jensen moved over that way first. And those timers slowly tick away.
But early summoner advantages here now for TSM in both of the solo lanes. It will mean that these guys are going to have to play more carefully. And, you know, as Impact, you want to be playing aggressively on the Kennen. You want to be in that guy's face, proccing your Klepto, trying to harass him down, and you don't really have the option to do that without your summoners. It's too risky of a play.
And then once Broken Blade gets to that level 6, very scary all-in potential. We've seen him pull it off time and time again.
At the very least for now, Impact does have the farm lead. Able to queue from long range to stay safe as well. We'll wait time and again for how this lane does play out. Xmithie is topside. Again, no flash for the Kennen, can make that a bit more difficult to pull off, but just in case there's a dive, he's around, and then out goes the recalls. Bot lane actually slight lead for Sven. He's got more to farm. Certainly not the same as that Callista game was in the previous.
Yeah, sitting back on Ezreal, CSing safely and effectively, just trying to fire out the Mystic shots, not going for a lot of trades,
And
focusing on minions.
Has really been his best champion, I think, so far this split, and they're looking for Jensen again.
Flash for the root, not gonna, there's the flash for the knockup. Re-answered though, and first blood comes through to Team Liquid. Bjergsen knew he was dead, he had Doublet behind him. 2-0 Team Liquid.
Xmithie was there, right place, right time. They get both kills. First blood onto Jensen too.
I want to see this replay from the TSM Vision side because it looked like there was a moment of hesitation when they saw the Skarner coming down mid lane, then still went for the flash. Hopefully we can see that in Fog of War because it feels like it was a bit of an overcommitment there. Team Liquid get the punish. Thank you, observers. Here it is from the team TSM Vision. No, they didn't have vision of Xmithie until they both had fully flashed in. That was just perfect timing by Team Liquid. They collapse yet again around their mid laner, and they have a huge punish.
I mean, Xmithie flashes in, lands the stun, buying time for Jensen to get that double bomb off and clean it up, and that is so enormous. With the TP coming in also from Doublelift behind, Bjergsen knew there's no way out, so he just has to run into the turret and try to not give up another assist. But certainly huge for TL because we know Lissandra wants to be out of her lane. She wants to be roaming, and if you fall behind a Zillion, you can get into a situation where you're just locked in your lane where he's wave clearing infinitely, and you're just stuck playing that 1v1, never getting to get to those side lanes.
And that was with Summoner advantage. Both flashes burned, and it was both them dying. So TSM on the back foot cooldown-wise. You can see Team Liquid up 1,200 gold. Really hoping for that reverse sweep, hoping for the title they put this team together for.
Yeah, and that was really the last window. Now Zillion level 6. Jensen can hold on to that ultimate.
Yeah.
You can overlap those cooldowns with the flash and the ultimate survivability. He just chugs away on the corrupting potion, has the catalyst. It's just too difficult to make room there. So TSM need to change their focus. No longer towards the mid lane. You need to create something else around the map.
They will have a little bit of an edge to that bottom lane because Doublelift did use his TP to mid lane. So, you know, they are going to have TP advantage there. Doublelift going to lose a couple of minions as a result, but certainly nothing massive. And you can even look now with Xmithie at 6 to actually attack Bjergsen. Yes, he can go for a self-ultimate, but if you do that, it sets up so easily for the double bomb from Zillion. You can actually ult him on Skarner and sit him in one place, set up for the double bomb that way. There's so many ways for them to chain that CC and really lock down Bjergsen, who is going to kind of be behind the curve as far as that damage profile goes.
Go back to the landing phase now. Good
nice.
stun comes in for Impact. Plays that one pretty nicely. Broken Blade not getting any answers here. Throws in a couple of Qs, but so far they're okay. Game's still 1,500 apart as the recalls come through. Tiersheen's a good recall out of Sven. Cutlass just fine for Doublelift here as well.
And I think we're actually going to see Impact just straight up rush a Morelos, you know, for this matchup. Otherwise, you have no chance of actually pushing the Akali out. You need that Grievous Wounds very, very heavily, and with the Ruby Crystal as well as the Amp Tome, that is my guess. And we'll see if Bjergsen can try to get out of lane to try to swing these things around. This 3-man squad up on the top side would be devastating, and they're heading for Impact.
Okay, Flash is up, ulti the same. Here's the teleport in for one. And with that cooldown, out goes TSM, but that's still a roam that burns a cooldown from the mid laner.
And now Jensen has a long road back to mid lane. He has to walk in a very safe path. If he goes through this jungle, he's going to run into the Rek'Sai. TSM have wards down through the Team Liquid jungle.
Wow.
I think he saw Broken Blade throwing down some bombs.
Doesn't know for sure about Acadian. He's got the blast cone though. Hops over. Here comes the play. Smite tunnels in. Self-revive early. Will they be able to wait this out? No. Ah, that's so good. They get him to 5 HP. And they force the flash out. And the Void Rush. Perfect play out of TSM.
Can Acadian get out here? Maybe he goes for the execute. Was he damaged?
Probably not.
Don't think he was actually hit. This is gonna be an execute.
No XP, no gold, just a bit of time lost.
That was so well done from TSM, timing out that ultimate and getting the execute onto Jensen, who really just felt like he was a bit too stubborn. He could have just walked the full way around. He didn't want to do it. Instead, he gives up the ult, gives up the flash, dies anyway.
Cautionary tale there on using that TP and trying to get back quickly. Team Liquid still get out to the early objective though. Bottom lane sends Tahm Kench up to help with the damage on the Mountain Drake, and this will be first dragon for TL.
9 minutes, 10 seconds in. They just whittled down the last bit of that health bar. It is Mountain Drake. It's turret and Baron damage only, really.
Something to keep track of is the very deep vision in this jungle that TSM left behind after this play. So as we know, the setup, Acadian waiting in that brush. They do find Jensen off of the blast cone, barely waiting it out. That regen actually keeping Jensen alive, and then Acadian just waits until the ultimate falls off, still has the damage tag onto the Zillion to be able to ultimate, and then goes for the execute. Bottom lane!
Oh, onto the bottom lane, they found the stun onto the support Tahm Kench, but now they're re-engaged. The knockup for Acadian, eaten up. Double Lift stays safe, but now look at this kill onto Acadian, ult for some time. Impact zones them out, and it will be a kill in for Double Lift, 3-1 Team Liquid.
Very well timed Devour there. They don't even take the damage off of that ultimate from the Ezreal, and now it's Team Liquid with a power play on bottom side.
And Team Liquid have been using these teleports to support each other so frequently. It's Double of TPing mid lane, then Core JJ, teleporting mid lane to try to back up his Zillion. Now Impact TPing down. They are giving up turret plates though, which is certainly a big cost. So we'll see if Broken Blade can make good on the advantage he is given out of this.
That's 2 plates going down.
That's
in
a
range
kill.
for local on both. Yeah, 320 gold to him. Just as if he had solo killed Impact. And of course that same farm is lost. So that is really a very equal trade in that regard. As we watch the ult come in.
All right, so this is Abyssal Voyage from Tahm Kench, bringing in Xmithy. Then they're also going to have the teleport committed here from Impact's Kennen to zone off Smoothie and Sven. He forces flashes there on the bottom while they pick up the extra kill onto Acadian.
And I think it was honestly a really good TP, getting both those flashes out. Plus it looked as though TSM might have been able to turn it around in that 3v3, but a well-timed Devour avoided Sven's Ezreal ultimate. Impact zones them out, so very well done. The team play certainly on point here from TL.
Smithy, so commonly lauded for his pathing, his smart play. He's been part of every one of these kills so far. Now, over to the top side, Impact has to run away from this one, but 3 versus 1. Here comes the Zonias. It buys a couple of seconds, and Pyrrhixon has to self-ult to get away. Impact actually outplays the fight. Look at that. 1v3, and he stays alive.
Impact with the flash is going to make it very scary for TSM, and they wait too long under the turret, chasing all 3 of them off. That means that the rest of the map, Team Liquid can go up to the turrets. You see in the mid lane, Jensen got up to the turret plays. Actually, top side starter!
He's a predator. He's going to look for a bit of this one. There's the ult, pulls him right back into the brush, but a flash keeps Broken Blade safe. Can they go fast enough to get him? He's got to get a way out. He's got to find some way to jump the wall. That's not going to happen. Impact on the board. Team Liquid up 4 kills.
Impact at his best survives a 1v3, and Smithy gets up there. They're able to turn it around. The tides feel as though they are shifting in this series.
Team Liquid fighting back so strong. Double Lift gets the turret plate. They don't quite finish it off, but Smoothie, he can't do much about it.
And there's a minute and a half until first turret with that plate's going to fall off anyway. So this is certainly, I think, going to happen in the middle term. Herald picked up as well. That could be more gold donated to either one of the solo lanes. Team Liquid in absolute control right now.
Reverse sweep, not out of the question. We've seen it happen so many times. Momentum in a series turned off a single game. And already here in game number 4, Team Liquid are firing on all cylinders. Here's another look at their play on the bottom side. Ultimate from Double Lift, right past Smoothie, nails Sven, and then the piercing arrow, right on target.
Hey, Double Lift said it, when he's hot, he is 1v5 hot, and he is looking to turn this one around. The last 2 games, the lanes have certainly been going his way.
And now a trade of spells. Impact ults in, but has to respect what Broken Blade might do to him. Oh, that's Xmithy nearby. He's running in. Here's the invisibility dropping, but a nice E backwards gets Broken Blade to safety. No kill.
Meanwhile, we also have Acadian joining here. They're on a ward, though.
Both of them spotted. They don't know that ward is there, so it won't be anything major picked up. And that's the summon. Shouldn't be interrupted. That could be turret plates top side. 2 in the mid lane as well.
I mean, they're pressuring everywhere. They just got a turret plate mid. They drop Rift top. Bot lane has 1 turret plate remaining. This is going to be at least a guaranteed 2 coming through. It should be even 3. As TL are just racking up the gold here, and now a TP comes in from Zillion.
TP flank, CoreJJ here as well. 3 versus 1. Sven's got to find that duel. Decent damage, but the ult's not going to land. There's the revive on a double lift. Doesn't even need it. 1 for 0 in the 3v2.
Cross map plays for Team Liquid. Rift Road on the top side, getting the rest of the plates. Bottom side, they find the kill. TSM's counterpunches mid lane as Bjergsen also gets some turret plates, but it's still 5-10. Tremendous early game victory for Team Liquid.
This cross map play is incredible, and they want more.
The cleanse gets rid of the slow. There's the push forward and double up on a killing spree. Team Liquid, the early game you expected from the regular season.
TSM is crumbling in this game, 7-1. They're losing turrets, they're losing the dragons, and TL is in full control of this one. TSM needs something to work for them to start battling it back, to regain some of that composure and confidence.
Broken Blade on the Akali is a hope for TSM. Acadian is currently on the top side, but Impact has dodged so much this game already on Kennen. Not died a single time despite multiple visits from the jungler, from the mid laner zoning up.
And every time you try that roam and it fails, it discourages you from going for the next one. Here is Smoothie. Lazy recall, almost did complete. Then CoreJJ flashes in, cleanses the slow, and gives Double Lift another kill.
Oh,
yeah, that is tilt.
That's frustration, at the very least. This game slipping away rapidly from TSM. The series maybe as well. A 4,000 gold lead for Team Liquid. Winning all across the board. This is a team that was 14-1 before the loss streak. Some were willing to forgive those 3 games, some weren't. But after watching TSM in the first 2 games, you thought maybe they really are just the better team. A Team Liquid answering blow for blow now.
And this is actually the most one-sided early game that we have had through this series, where Team Liquid are crushing multiple sides of the map. TSM still fighting back though. Bottom side pushes out again. They're gonna get a turret for themselves and some much needed gold.
Yeah, but it may be mid lane turret getting pressured here as well. TL looking to complete the last of the outer turrets. Doublelift is likely going to have his Rage Blade here shortly at 16 minutes into the game. That early 2 items on the Varus, when you were supported by a Tahm Kench, by a Zillion, if you cannot instantly kill that guy, he is going to shred through your entire team. There's no real tank to absorb that damage.
Yeah, you're happy to hit Braum that often. He'll probably drop down. Doublelift basically has the gold for the combine. But he wants to get back on the map. He will have that available to him. Quick pickup there, and he is a very rich Varus. 183 CS at under 17 minutes. Great mark for him.
CoreJJ has been so good at protecting Doublelift, keeping him alive, allowing him to play aggressively. And there you have it. Goes back to base. Purchase is done.
He's huge.
17 minutes. Double item power spike for Varus.
Yeah, for TSM, it feels like you're trying to farm for late now almost at this point. You're trying to wait till Sven can get a bunch of items and perhaps, have a bigger impact. But Rek'Sai, Lissandra, these are not champions that want to sit and kind of handshake a farm out against a Skarner and a Zillion. So that is where it gets difficult for TSM, and that is where you have to feel like they need to regain their composure, continue looking for plays, and try to execute on these pickoffs. But that's so tough when there's so many teleports to answer. It feels like every play they go for.
The team play definitely has been there for Team Liquid, but currently TSM have the triple teleport available. Jensen's still on cooldown, and this Akali has just completed the Gunblade. Broken Blade might be able to create something in a 1v1 scenario.
Extra engaged was coming in before too long. Bjergsen going towards that most likely proto belt. That'll help him find those ult targets. The ability to actually burst CoreJJ as possible with Spellbook. He is not currently on flash. Has to burn the exhaust or the heal to get through that. And now towards the bottom side. Minor information given. You can track that those tunnels were killed, but someone's in that side of the jungle. Either way, it's not going to be a kill, and the 2 ninjas happy to keep trading farm in that bottom side.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Broken Blade to go aggressive. Anytime CoreJJ is off the map, you have to expect that he could be looking for the Abyssal Voyage, could be coming to your lane. So it's Acadian on the side here posturing, but TSM not really able to look for engage at this point in the game. They're trying to just spread out the map, trying to maximize farm, and claw their way back in.
And Team Liquid invading on this red side jungle. They've got control wards down and Broken Blade in their sights. With this minion wave, they can push the tower down. While TSM trying to get the outer, Arcadian fighting Jensen.
Decent damage here, gonna try to get around the double bomb. Finally does land the second one, but health bar down pretty low. Ult already burned, out he walks. Bottom tier 2 already dropped. They dodge away from the true shot barrage. This turret getting a bit low as top lane outer falls down to Bjergsen split push. TL with 4, get that turret to about 2/3, and out they go.
Yeah, Team Liquid, no reason to stop there. A lot of extra damage done. The push so strong with Doublelift there at their core. He brings the CC as well. Topside though, Jensen!
Second round stun's gonna land, the burst is there, no time to self-ult. The TPs come in, the flash to re-engage, and they will knock down the Rek'Sai. Here comes the rest of the squad, Akali in the back lines, damage to Doublelift. There's round 2, gets the kill, flashes right back out with a Proto Belt. After the stun, through the Twilight Shroud, Ninjutsu at its best, and now out they go.
This game is incredible. The teleport usage is some of the best I've ever seen. Both teams so quick to respond across the map, and TSM making the aggressive plays you want to see them go for. They do get the shutdown on Doublelift, and the gold goes to Broken Blade, which is big.
I believe it's 4 teleports used in this play on top side. Here's the initial play from Acadian and Bjergsen. They went 100% to 0 Jensen. Then on the way out, Impact and Doublelift teleporting in with the double flashes to follow up. Then the Tahm Kench ultimate arrives, Abyssal Voyage plus another teleport. Akali getting killed under their tower, but Broken Blade going down on the outside.
That Rek'Sai tunnel is just like a clown car. People are popping out of it left and right. More challengers approaching, but it is TL starting up the mountain. A second one going their way just adds even more threat to them taking down that Baron. They certainly have the damage to do it. They have the support here for Doublelift, and despite the fact that he did go down easily in that fight, he was not with Core JJ or Jensen, who are the 2 major members tasked with protecting him.
And now he's Hexdrinker done, lock and complete for Core JJ here as well, so the extra tools are mounting up here in Team Liquid. Still with that 5,000 gold lead, the 3 Drakes helping to cement that in absolute control of Game 4. Broken Blade has to outplay it, not a problem.
And the amount of move speed that's going to be grabbed up here now from Smithy is, oh, they find Acadian!
This could be easily enough damage, indeed it is. Impact on the board for his 3rd.
And again, the Skarner, Team Liquid continue to find these picks. Ultimate goes through, they get another kill onto TSM.
I think they're just heading to Baron. You have double mountain, you have a Varus with Rage Blade and Blade of the Rune King completed. They can start this up. 5 members from TL heading to the top side.
And even the attempt on Broken Blade burned his ultimate, so the playmaking really isn't here. Who's gonna follow up on the Bjergsen engage? Looks like no one's really even trying. You're seeing the dual lane just stay inside of mid. And without more than a look, just the true shot barrage, that's a bit too early, and smite it away. Team Liquid slaughtering Game 4, and they're not done. Broken Blade with some fancy footwork gets over the wall, but he still likely doesn't have the way out. Hasted once again, here comes the play, no flash, no ult, no life. Doublelift on the board for number 5.
But TSM being very scrappy, they're trying to push the other sides, get some gold back here. You can see Doublelift is going to stay, though, in this top lane. They want to go for inhibitors. They're looking to deal a death blow and send us to Game 5.
Yeah, you want to try and trade as TSM, but the Baron buff means Team Liquid win every trade, and they continue the push for another tower.
Listen to that crowd. Team Liquid in absolute control right now. Still Baron on for 2.5. Silver Scrapes almost certainly coming upon us soon.
It feels like TL has TSM almost checkmated. It's going to require an incredible outplay, a huge pick, or maybe even many of those from TSM to be able to claw back into this game. But it feels like TL has all the answers to any sort of hard engage.
Exactly. Those answers are Tahm Kench Devour, Abyssal Voyage, 3 teleports, Zillion Ultimate, Skarner Ultimate. Every single one of these cards has come into play.
And they just look like a completely different team when Doublelift is safe, when he is able to play aggressively in these fights, and there's so much protection for him. Doublelift searching for his 6th title, his 6th out of 7 wins in these last finals he has attended. It has been an incredible run for him these last few years.
Each of these players putting in so much work this year. TSM will have to rebound after this game The best of 5 is all about the full stretch here. Team Liquid are at the door, threatening to push it the full distance already. Bottom side is up to the inhibitor turret, while the rest of Team Liquid wait for the minion wave.
And mid lane is 100 health from dying. This is almost a formality here. As long as they arrive, it's given to them. Sven throws a Q, walks away.
You've got to be so respectful of Smithy's engage range. If he pops Predator as well as Righteous Glory, gets fed up,
might
he
be
can go
it.
in.
Oh, they get the stun at the very least, but they go for the full kill. He does have Quicksilver
Here's
Sash.
Bjergsen. This is the
easy
play.
pull's not easy. Now they go for the front side, though. They're going to look for this kill. The quick ult buys a bit of time. Jensen, he's going to lose that chrono shift, but it's already 2 for 0. Bjergsen buys some space, but here comes Slicing Maelstrom, and it's TSM pushed away. Bjergsen can't find the kill. He'll drop instead. 4 kills to Team Liquid. The perfect number for them as Core JJ can't quite get number 5. Instead, the middle inhibitor will drop. Game 4 goes to them. It is the fastest of the series. A 25-minute win. Team Liquid bring us to Game 5, and that one is anyone's game.
You wanted it, we wanted it. 5 games from the 2 best teams in LCS. This one is going to go the distance. And what a battle this series has turned into.
Beautiful stuff out of the whole Team Liquid roster. As soon as Doublelift isn't getting dove by Hectorims and Rek'Sai, as soon as he's safe, he is popping off in every laning phase, in every team fight. Massive KDA, 5-1 and 6, plenty of damage there. He's the X factor now.
In the long series, testing the player's constitution, you have to go the full distance here. Being able to rebound after switches in momentum are so critical here. TSM did start